Some decent news out of Lions camp. We spoke yesterday a little bit about Terrion Arnold and the injury that he's suffering through and how it's going to keep him out, and some speculated for an entire year. The news out of Allen Park is that it's not going to be quite that severe, so that's good. In the meantime, though, you and I both would agree.
I gotta stop putting.
Brandon loves that picture.
Because every time you put this picture up, like it doesn't bode well. Because this is what we're trying to get him to get away from.
Yeah, that's
No,
this is a
leave
negative
it up.
thing.
It's funny because we talk about it every time.
This is a negative thing for Terrion Arnold.
It stays
Right?
forever.
All right, I won't make it anymore.
Yeah, this is from 2 years
like
ago.
it.
This is from
For last year, yeah.
last year. Because you can see he's wrong.
You gotta keep
One,
this in the system.
he's not facing the ball.
Right.
Two, he's got his hand on him already. And then look where his eyes are. His eyes are looking at Tyler Lockett's chin. Meanwhile, the ball hasn't even dropped down yet. So he's
I love
looking
how
at
we
the,
get
he's
the
completely out.
Braylon's breakdown.
This is not a positive look right
It's
here
not.
for Terrion Arnold. He has been better this year, trust me.
Positive
But
conversation, though.
for sure. But the Lions basically have 3 healthy corners, okay? Amik Robertson, Rock Yassin, and Avonte Maddox. Now, on the practice, they have Eric Hallett, Trey Flowers, Nick Whiteside. Many people feel, including yours truly, they need to bring another one in. Do you believe in promoting from practice squad, or would you like to make either a trade or bring in somebody who is not yet signed and arguably, you and I talked earlier, Stephon Gilmore, out of football shape, not in shape,
I
but
got
pro
you.
football shape.
Yeah, promoting from the practice squad, no. I mean, I don't believe that the practice squad guy would be the way to go. You need DBs. You need guys that are going to help you. This Kansas City Chiefs team, they can get the ball down the field. I mean, you didn't see necessarily that great yesterday, but by the time you play, Xavier Worthy's ankle probably will be much better. Tyquan Thornton is a receiver that's making some noise, getting to the Kansas City Chiefs last year. Marquise Brown, he's going to drop a couple, but he still makes big plays, and he's still tough at the line of scrimmage. So this is going to be a wide receiver core that you're going to have some horses in the stable. And I just don't know if promoting from the practice squad, these are guys that weren't even on the actual active roster. These are guys that you're promoting. I know you always look at me. I'm the guy that says, yep, every time, go out and get somebody. And I typically do. I think this situation is a little different. I think
so?
Because you do need somebody. DJ Reed is going to be out for 6 to 8 weeks, so we believe. Terrion Arnold, they're telling us that it's not going to be as long, but what is not as long? Is it 8 weeks going down to 4 weeks? Is it 6 weeks going down to 3 weeks? He will be out, and even when they come back, you still need some guys. Because this is reoccurring injuries for Terrion Arnold, and you just want to have some depth. Yassine went down, and Mika's nursing some things. So I would go out and get somebody. And how you go out and get somebody is you got to get some guys that are third, fourth on a roster. They're the third DB, the fourth DB, maybe 4 or 5. And you got to see what that ticket looks like. You got to see what can we give you, what can we make shake, who do you may want, how can we work something. Because if you're getting a guy like that, maybe with Ray Lopez that you bought in the offseason to give your D-line some depth. D-line has been pretty good. D-line depth is decent. You're getting some guys back in the Lean McNeil. Maybe that's the way you go. But I wouldn't get a practice squad guy.
Okay.
Like you're talking about going against some heavy hitters coming up, and then by the way, you play the Bucks the week after that.
Right.
We know what Baker Mayfield can do. He is hell to pay in terms of passing that ball down the field.
But they did play Trey Flowers this past week, and they just signed him.
Right.
So would you give him a deeper look, or would you truly explore trading for, I'll use a guy who I would think they should look at, Greg Newsome from Cleveland.
Right.
I don't know what you'd have to give up. I mean, there's a lot of speculation. 5th-round pick, 6th-round pick. If it's a 6th-round pick, I don't think it's that hard of a decision at all. He's got 1 year left on his deal. Plays the run really well. Change of scenery is a phrase we like to throw around in sports. Some people believe it's real. I think you did. You need to get out of Cleveland. You went to New York. You thrived. Yeah. So could be a situation. We brought up Stephon Gilmore, Emmanuel Mosley. They're all free agents. L'Jarius Sneed, Trey Hawkins with the Giants, Sneed with Tennessee. Those are all names that I think at least we can keep an eye out for.
Yeah, true. And Newsome's under the deal though, or
he's got 1 year left on the deal.
He's got 1 year left. So you trade for him. You don't have to pay Cleveland front the ticket for the rest of. And then you just let him go at the end of the season.
Yeah, that probably gets negotiated. I don't know how that actually works.
I'm with that because at the end of the day, if you let him go at the end of the year, fine, and that's on you. You're still hoping for Terrion Arnold, or you're hoping you're going to draft somebody, you're hoping you're going to pay somebody in the offseason. Maybe it's Newsome, but that situation doesn't seem like it hurts you.
Yeah, hoping that a guy like
Man, he
Enos
can-
Rakestraw actually gets healthy and can actually give you something as a second-round pick for crying out loud. Yeah, because God Almighty, that's when people talk about misses, they
That's a
don't bring
miss.
that one up nearly enough. You know why? Because he doesn't dress. He hasn't dressed.
He doesn't even give us a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just never has moved the needle, even when they drafted him, and now you just never see him to even be able to develop an opinion. Whenever I hear his name, I think the same about Josh Pascal. Stop mentioning his name.
I know.
Like, please just stop bringing his name up. And I know he had a
Factual
couple of
bars.
moments
I know.
where you look at Josh Pascal, you're like, all right, maybe there was somebody second rounder from Kentucky. No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's a lot of injuries. That's what's behind it, and a lot of seeming. So,
I think the first week you and I worked together, you said the one advice you'd give Brad Holmes, and you think he's done a really good job: stop drafting injured players.
it was a thing for him, and even free agency. It wasn't even just the draft. Like, a lot of the free agent guys are coming. Emmanuel Mosley, Marcus Davenport, and there's others. And then these drafted guys that were injured or had a longer sheet of injuries that they had to do through in the combine. And then they get hurt here. You know, it's like, damn, I remember Keith Mitchell. They drafted the tight end out of Virginia Tech. He had some issues. He comes here, he got hurt. Pascal gets hurt. It's like, that was a big thing for me, for Brad Holmes, because it almost felt like, all right, well, look, where can we not take shortcuts? That's an improper term. That's unprofessional. Where can we get lucky? Where can we look at a guy that had a lot of potential and maybe could get paid this, but had a couple injuries, so now he's worth this?
Where can we
get
take advantage of people passing on a guy who
Hendon
might,
Hooker. Now, he didn't get hurt.
Right.
Now, he hasn't got hurt. Well, he didn't get hurt as a Lion.
No, he
but
was
that
hurt
was
in
another
college.
situation where it was like, this guy potentially could have won a Heisman, potentially could have been a first-round pick. So, based off that, this is a good move. I think he did that too much for me.
And Michael Wary sends in a $2 super chat as well. He wants to know, I think Trey Flowers could help. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, she won't have anybody. Yes, he can help.
Yeah.
Man, he definitely can help, and they trust him. And this is somebody that they bought in and they play right away. So, yeah, let him see what he can do for a week or so. But don't be married to anything.
Yeah.
Like, don't be married to anything. This is you guys got a good handle in the season. I've been looking at like a lot of these networks, Shep, who said the Lions were dead in the water and Dad Campbell was done and the coordinators this, that, and the third. Now all of a sudden, guess who's the best team in the NFL?
Yeah. Some people are just
Very shocking. But with that being said, you are in a position to where you are the best team in the NFL, and you do have got a little bit of a schedule coming up. You want to make sure you get the depth and get it now.
Yeah, there's no perfect team out there.
No.
It was, throw up in your mouth time when you heard all these so-called experts and national pundits saying, I really think Dan Campbell's going to have an issue in Detroit, and so on and so forth. And I'm sure they've come out and said and retracted a little bit. That's because the team forced them to. They're the best team in the National Football League.
Yeah.
And I think we've talked, and everybody has continued to talk about the offense, and for good reason. They're number one. Indianapolis is number two in scoring. The shiny new toy is Indianapolis, and they've surprised everybody. I don't know if the Lions have surprised people. I think their defense has, though. And you can look at what happened in the fourth quarter and some poor calls and some poor blown coverages here or there. But overall, I think their defense has been pretty damn special. And Aiden Hutchinson, as much as he was criticized, and for good reason, against Green Bay, I think you said, and so did Dr. Pierce, it's going to take him a couple of weeks, all right? You could talk about preseason games, or he didn't play in preseason games, preseason scrimmages. He is an absolute menace right now, and you would argue that he's the best defensive end in football right now, with the number of pressures that he's put, the number of sacks, and some of the stuff that's been taken away from him too. He is number one in quarterback pressures, 31. He's number two in sacks, 5. He's number 5 in win percentage, and he's had 3 sacks, a safety, and a forced fumble taken away. Now, one of it was his fault.
Damn.
One of it was his fault because he was offside.
Yeah, offside.
But those are all real stats. That dude right there, you could make the argument, I know Myles Garrett is deserving, that he's the best at his position in the National Football League. And if he's not, he's one of them, top 3, and he's been a big reason why the defense is so much better than I think anybody expected. Anybody.
Yeah, he's damn good. Like, he is legit. He is a menace out there. It said game 4 because what you do in the off season when when you're not in pads is very different than what you do when you're in pads, and then it's very different going up against Penei Sewell, who in your mind might be taking care of my boy. I don't want my boy to be out here. I'm gonna let him get his confidence back. I'm gonna let him get his feels back, et cetera, et cetera. It's a different thing when you gotta go out there and you gotta go against guys that have no care for you. When they don't care about your injury, or they don't care about your process, or they don't care about this, and they're also been rocking and rolling for 365. So it just takes a little more to get a win. It didn't get those in Green Bay, and so now it's like, I gotta go back to the drawing board. I'm rushing it too much. I'm pressing a little too hard. Let me just take my time and let me just get in it. Here's a game. And now you get game 2, Chicago Bears. You finally get a sack. Then you start to feel okay. I got to the quarterback. All right, that move worked. All right, I'm feeling good. You know what? Let me open my portfolio a little bit. Let me dive into some moves that I've been working on. Oh, that worked too? Well, I was able to beat the right tackle with this one? Okay. Now I'm getting back to
Jake Browning's a statue. I think I'll gobble him up. Thank you very much.
Then you get to game 4, and it's like, shoot, let me get the Flacco and let me knock the ball down because that's how fast I got there. I don't even have to tackle the guy. Yeah. I got there so fast. Boop. There's a forced fumble and fumble recovery.
Oh, you're going to run a flea flicker? Not on my watch, yeah.
So it's starting to happen. Well for him.
Yeah,
and the defensive line, though, to your point, they have been the catalyst on that side of the ball, 100%.
And I focus probably too much on a lot of the names, just like everybody does. Again, credit to Kelvin Shepard for finding a way to dial up the pressure. I love what he's done. I give him so much credit. But Al-Qadim Muhammad, look what he's done. He's got 17 quarterback pressures, 4 sacks. Put it in perspective. Not taking a shot at this guy, because I know a lot of people like him. Zadarius Smith has 9 and 2. I'm just saying. That's all.
I will say this, though. I know it's coming when they play the Kansas City Chiefs this coming Sunday night, and when they beat the Kansas City Chiefs. I already know what's coming down the pipeline, and you guys are going to
Wait, you said you already called it?
Did I stutter?
Hey,
but what's gonna happen?
He paused for effect there.
I'm mad they won. I'm mad that the Chiefs lost last night, and I'm mad that the Chiefs are now under 500. Because what's about to happen?
I'm with you.
What's about to happen is it's gonna be the goalpost getting pushed back yet again.
You're right.
Like they're gonna ignore the fact that they beat the since they lost to Green Bay. They're gonna ignore the fact that they beat the Bears 52-21. They're going to ignore the fact that they went into Baltimore and dismantled the Ravens. Yes, they had a couple injuries, and yes, they had a bunch of injuries. I don't care. They dismantled that team. They took their soul. You see, Derrick Henry had a whole crash-out situation on the sideline, and then the Browns, bad team, horrible team. This game was way over before the game even started. They beat them by more than 10. And then they did the same thing to the Cincinnati Bengals. I don't care about those 21 points in the fourth quarter. What's going to happen is they're going to beat the Chiefs, and they're going to say, well, this isn't the Kansas City Chiefs of old.
You're right.
Well, Travis Kelce, because I heard the BS excuses last night. Well, they've played 2 months more than any other team because, you know what, kudos to them. That's what happens when you win championships. Don't give me that. That's what's coming down the pipeline when the Lions beat them next week. It's going to be more excuses. Well, and then it's going to be beat the Chiefs. Then they're going to beat the Bucks. And then it's going to be, well, Kalijah Kancey and then Mike Evans. You didn't make that excuse for Baker last week with the Seattle Seahawks that they went on the road to beat. And then it's going to be the Vikings. Well, Carson Wentz is the quarterback. The Commanders, not really the same team last year. Jaden Daniels has a sophomore slump going on, and the Eagles. Well, Eagles can't pass the ball down the field.
They're selfish.
They're the Super Bowl champs.
Yeah.
That's what's coming down the pipeline for the rest of the Lions season. They're going to continue to move that goalpost back. Just be ready.
100%.
Just be ready.
100%.
Let 'em know.
They've already done it with Baltimore. My complaint to people who say that about Baltimore, they're not very good. Yeah, you know why they're not very good? Because Detroit beat the snot out of them.
Look,
okay, so that's
at
part
the end of the day, it's just so hard. You see these letters across my chest? They form Detroit. It's so hard for them to just say Detroit is like that.
Yeah.
In any sport, in anything in life, it's so hard to just say Detroit's the best city, Detroit's the best team, Detroit is it. So hard for them to say. They got to give you an excuse.
Hey,
they got to give you a little goalpost. Well, they won, but there's no Christian.
Speaking of the
there's
Chiefs,
no Travis
speaking of
Kelce.
the Chiefs,
Coop out there, you just spitting fire.
Did you guys see? You watched the Chiefs and Jags last night.
King
Cooper,
okay.
bro.
I still don't like Travis. I still don't like Trevor Lawrence.
I don't either.
He
But
can't process.
it doesn't seem like it. I wouldn't. I wouldn't follow that. I would not follow that guy to the kitchen. I just don't think he inspires you much. But whatever. Okay, I'm trying to take
nice
anything away.
kid.
They did win. Did you watch when he scored the game-winning touchdown?
But he tripped, fell, got up.
He fell
fell.
down. Well, somebody stepped on him. In fairness, but then he fell down again. got up and ran it in.
Yeah.
Did you see Chris Jones?
Yeah, that he had two or three plays like that yesterday.
Chris Jones literally stood there and watched.
Yeah.
He literally was just walking around. It was the reincarnation of Tony Casillas with Dallas playing the Lions when Barry Sanders juked him out of his shorts.
Yeah.
Where Tony Casillas is like, where the hell is that guy? And he's gone, right, for a touchdown at the Silverdome. That's what Chris Jones literally just watched him. Now, he's probably not going to catch him. It's a bad look for Chris Jones, one of the better defensive tackles in the league.
It's a bad look for Chris Jones, 1,000%. He is absolutely at fault on all those plays because there was 3 plays in that game where he just kind of, you let it go, etc. I'm going to just tell you, in my estimation, what I think that is. See, when you win, it covers up a lot. And these jokers been winning for 8-9 years, and all the, Travis, you get 50 million, you get 50 million, you get commercials. We're gonna do all this stuff. You make the focal point about the offensive players, only paid offensive players. Only defensive player to get played was Chris Jones.
Yeah.
Only defensive player. They let all the other ones go, with the exception of Nick Bolt, because they shouldn't have. Like, I know that's been festering for a while. I know that all the other stuff off the field has been festering for a while. I know Chris Jones, and this has been coming for a minute. Remember the Philadelphia Eagles game when Chris Jones was jaw-jacking at Jalen Hurts? This is the same guy I saw defend and protect Daniel Jones when they were trying to interview him after a game where they had beat up on the Giants, and this was Daniel Jones, like, on his way out. He was defending. He was doing everything he could to be polite about Daniel Jones. Fast forward, he's up there arguing with Jalen Hurts after the game was over, after they lost, and you lost to him in the Super Bowl. Different Chris Jones. Yeah. Different things.
Man, you didn't even throw for 100 yards. Jalen Hurts man, we won the game.
This Chiefs team is tired of each other. I don't care how you disguise it, how you mask it, how you do the commercials, or Mahomes cut his hair and doing the interview with Jason Kelsey before the game and Travis and Andy Reid. Where do you want me?
Or doing all these specials like the Kingdom.
Where do you want me to sit? Where do you want Trav to sit? They don't like each other. They're tired of each other right now. Like, they are tired of each other. Winning has pissed them off.
That's the thing, huh?
Hell yeah. Like, because money gets involved. Things get involved. Who's getting what? Who's not getting this? Who's leaving? Who coach shows more favor to? Who he allows to do more things? Why he didn't get in trouble when he was late to the meeting?
Right. I want an insurance commercial.
Why did I have to practice yesterday, but he hasn't practiced in 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Like, things like that start happening. But when you're not winning, Shep, see, when you're winning, I see it, but what can I say?
I overlook it. Yeah.
Yeah, A.J. Brown, maybe learn that. When you win, you don't say anything. But when you lose, boy.
Well,